of Mount Kenya South, because and I think I love what the bishop has been doing or lately, because we don't just preach everything. We don't just talk about anything. We have a clear guidance. And I know the reason why probably he may want us to go this direction. It is because this is what God has put in his heart. And as we began the year, we told ourselves and we rallied ourselves behind this big call of the year of divine settlement. We are being rooted, and this is our year of divine settlement. And we said we are going to be settled. Being settled, we said it is the opposite is being troubled. So you will not be troubled, you will be settled. And you will not be settled because of anything else. It will be divine. It will not be out of your toil. It will not be out of your efforts. It will be out of a divine will of God. So, wherever you are, whether it is at your place of work, whether it is for the learners, the scholars, hata kama ni shuleni kwenu, God is going to settle you, and He is going to make you be rooted. In your marriage, you will be rooted. In your relationship, you will be deeply rooted. Hakataenda kama hizo zingine. Hata kama kutwa na hii mwaka, it is going places. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Kwa hivyo kama hauna mahusiano kwa wale wanayudu wako hapa, mwaka huu kanaweza shika mizizi. Mwaka huu is not like any other year. For those of us who are in marriages that are shaken, this year God is going to settle us in a divine way. For those of us ambao wamekuwa wakifanya kazi ambayo iko na mitafaruku hapa na kule, mwaka huu utapewa barua ya appointment, and you are going to be permanent and pensionable. That is what it means to be settled divinely. And awali ndani hapa ndani ya pia retire. Sasa hata wewe Mungu atakusettle tu mahali. Together with our grandpa, family na smile, Mungu atawasettle. Ile biashara ya ng'ombe, God is going, hata bei ya maziwa inaweza panda mwaka huu. Msikie sasa mnauza lita ndio maana ya hizi. Hata nisiongee vitu sijaelewa. Lakini God is going to settle us in a divine way. And this month of February, it is the month where we are going to learn about the spiritual warfare. A luta continua. The struggle continues. This is not English. A luta continua is which language? Portuguese. It is Portuguese. The Portuguese are the ones who have colonized Mozambique, and this is a maxim for the Mozambicans. Men are not there. Mozambiques or Mozambicans, whatever. This was a current call that they used. It was a maxim that they were using during their struggle for independence. And the Portuguese were very, very cruel people. Kama kuna nchi ilipigania uhuru wake na damu nyingi, ni nchi ya Mozambique. You go and learn about the Mozambican history of independence. It was terrible. And as I was reading, this is from Three History. This is from Three History. As you are reading about the Portuguese in Mozambique, the struggle came to a point whereby they could not do anything else. Even fighting was now almost out of hand, because you are fighting people, you are resisting people that are way superior than you. Wako na zana za vita, wako na kila kitu, and so the only thing they could have done was to motivate its people that the struggle continues. So wazungu wasifikiria kwamba tumekuwa hapa. Wazungu wasifikiria that anytime soon we are going to lift up our hands and surrender. No. That is why their leaders, Edward Mondlane, was the one that was leading Frelimo Party, and then mdogo wake ambaye alikuja kuchukua huo wadhifa after Edward Mondlane died was Samora Machel. And this is what they were saying day and night. The struggle continues. The struggle continues. Hapa Kenya wale watu walikuwa wanataka kufanya hiyo vitu, ni watu wa Azimio, lakini haikuiva vizuri. They didn't want them to resist. You remember when they were resisting? Tulikuwa sio mimi, sikuwa hapo. lakini walikuwa wana resist. And the struggle that we are going to talk about is not the struggle of flesh and blood. It's a different kind of struggle. And whenever you mention to Christians about spiritual warfare, what comes in their mind is a fight with the demons. Sijui nani aliambia watu ya kwamba Mungu alikuachia kazi ya kupigana na shetani. Okay, hii kama tungepigana na shetani, Yesu angekuja, Mungu angetuachilia tumenyane na shetani moja kwa moja. But God knew we could not fight the devil. And that is the biggest part that God did. He actually did what he was supposed to do. The war with the Satan was won more than 2,000 years ago. So, if you see your neighbor, wakati tumeambiwa now let us get into spiritual warfare, unaonaga watu wote wamekaa sasa, wamekaa rada sasa, wapigane na shetani. That is a war that I will not do. Personally, I know now for the 1 year that I've been here, you know I don't talk about the devil. Huwa siongei maneno ya shetani because it would be futile, it would be useless. He is my junior, so why do you keep talking about your juniors? You don't have to. And hata nikipatana na yeye pale angalala pale shetani, mimi nitamwondokea tu na niende kule nilikuwa naenda. He is not my business. So mambo ya spiritual warfare, there are things that we are struggling with, and we are going to fight this war until Jesus comes. It is not the demons, it is not the devil's agents. We are going to fight other things. And as I do the introduction, we are going for the following, the coming Sundays, about 2 or 3, we are going to look at this war in 2 ways. And the first one is the statics. And the second one is the dynamics of spiritual warfare. Statics and dynamics of spiritual warfare, these are terminologies that we use in physics. When we are talking of statics, we mean something that is not moving. If we say you are static, it means you are not moving. So that is one area, one part of the battle. The other part is the dynamics. Dynamics comes from the Greek word dunamis, which means power of movement. So we are going to look at this spiritual warfare in both in what you are supposed to do when you are standing and what you are supposed to do when you are in movement. And there is one thing that people should know as we talk about this war. The book of Ephesians, as we have been, Catherine has read, chapter 6 from verse 10. Hiyo mistari michache tu tumesoma. Kuna neno limerudiwa mara tatu. Na hiyo neno ni finally be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. Verse 11, put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against all these other things. You stand. You know what is to stand? To stand is to stand your ground. Don't be moved. So there are battles that you are going to win this year simply because you have stood. And that is what the Bible is talking about. Wale watu ambao wametrain say the military, their training starts in a stadium they call Kasirika Stadium. Mukiingia tu hivi, mkiwa maelfu, munaenda Kasirika Stadium. And inaitwa Kasirika Stadium because you don't laugh there. Huko hakuna laughter. Huko ndio unajua sasa kuwa mwanajeshi na kuwa raia ni tofauti. So when they begin there, you expect that they are going to be given the weapons of war. But niliuliza another military officer ambaye retired, was very senior, akaniambia the excitement ile watu wanakuaga nayo wakijoin jeshi. Haiko mtu hachoki. Kwa hiyo kigo kibate na wende kukikana. Ile excitement unakuaga naye ni ya kwamba utaenda upewe bunduki, uonyeshwe kifaru ndio hii kia inaendeshwa hivi. Pale ni teli. Aliniambia hizo vitu zinakujaga na huko nyuma. Mudia road wa kutuokorata. We resta almost towards the end of your training. Hii miezi ingine yote huwa mnafundishwa what we call the defensive mechanisms. You defend yourself. Your body is trained to defend itself. Your mind is trained to defend. Before you can go offensive, you must first of all be good in defensive. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Na zile zana za vita, all the weapons that God has given us. Na zimesomwa hapa vizuri sana. tumesomewa vizuri sana tukaambiwa the full armor of God, so that the day of when the day of evil comes, you may be able to stand your ground. And after you have done everything to stand firm. Imagine hiyo jina to stand firm imerudiwa mara kama 3 kwa hiyo mistari. So all the weapons that you have, most of them are to defend yourself. When we talk of the helmet of salvation, helmet si ya kupiga mtu, helmet ni ya kuzuia wewe kugongwa kichwa. Tukiongea mambo ya breastplate, hiyo ni ya kuzuia kifua yako isigongwe. When we are talking of the shield, hiyo ni ya kuzuia mishale ambayo unatumiwa na adui. So almost all this, the gospel of peace, you put it on in your feet. Hizo zote ni defensive. In fact, the only offensive weapon that we have here, offensive ile sasa wewe utoke ukapigane, ni moja, na inaitwa neno la Mungu. Just that. All the others, they are for you defending yourself. So when we are talking about the tactics of this spiritual warfare, this is what we are talking about. Ni kusimama. Are you able to stand? Okay, wakati watu walikutukana, walikutusi, wakaongea maneno yako, what did you do? Did you stand your ground? Were you moved? Were you dislodged from where you are? Yeah? So when you didn't have money, when you are broke, what did you do? Because this is the struggle that we are talking about. And God expects that you are going to stand. You are going to put on a very good stand. Yaani mahali uko, haubaduki, umekaa hapo. Sijui kama umewaiona zamani wakati kulikuwa shule sisi tulichapwa sana. Na kuna mtu alikuwa anachapwa na haondoki mpaka mwalimu ndiye anamwambia, "Utaki kwenda?" Ni kwenda ndio mumo no thino. Ni mtu amekaa hivyo tu na anatandikwa na haongei. Na hatoroki hata haleti mkono nyuma. I'm talking of standing like that. You stand your ground until the devil and all the demons know you are there to stay. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. One thing I have taught myself, whenever I'm faced by these battles, I stand in prayer. I know it is very easy to be waved, to be tossed around. It is very easy. So my only work is to make sure I'm standing. Yaani wewe simama tu, usipige mtu, usipigane. Wewe simama tu. What is expected of you is to stand your ground. Kuna watu wanapata matatizo kidogo kanisani, alafu unaona mtu ametoroka kanisa. Sasa huyo ni mtu ambaye hajajua kusimama. Hata kwa family unapata mtu amepata matatizo kidogo tu kwa familia. Alafu anasema hata huyu mama mimi naweza tupa mtu. Huo ni ngoja muone. Na ni matatizo kidogo tu amepata huko nyumbani. They don't know how to stand. As a Christian, God has given you the weapons that you need so that you can stand. As long as you have the shield. Wewe wacha wale wanarusha mishale waendelee kurusha. You have the shield. Don't bother with them. Wacha wale wanarusha mawe warushe. You have the helmet of salvation. You are good to go. You cannot injure yourself in your legs because you have the gospel of peace. So whatever it is that people want you to walk, you will walk. You will not injure yourself because you are properly armed and dangerously so. So I think ile kazi gumu sana tutafanya ni kufundisha Wakristo kupigana vita vya kiroho from arrest. I read a very interesting verse in the book of Hebrews that Paul, because I believe it was him that wrote the book of Hebrews, alikuwa anainstruct watu that you should labor to enter into rest. Yaani ufanye kazi, ujitahidi kuingia katika pumziko la Mungu. One thing that Christians don't do, it is to rest. It is to stand and do nothing. If you tell Christians not to do anything, you become an enemy. They don't understand because Christians believe they are supposed to do something. Somehow they will do something. Please, there is a part of this war that you can only win when you are doing nothing. Actually, it is either you do, God rests, or God rests and you do. You are not going to do both of you. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. It is very hard for a Christian to say a prayer, then relax and do nothing about it. Yaani kuna kitu umeambia Mungu na unaona kama hajasikia. Unaendelea tu kumwambia tena. Unaona hii kitu ya kurudia maombi, it shows unrest. haujapumzika. You are not at home with whatever it is. I am one person that makes prayers. I do prayers and even forget about it. I will pray about something and forget. Because once I have tabled it unto the Lord, He knows what to do and He knows where and how. That is up to Him. And this is what the Bible wants us to do. We must operate from rest. You must know how to defend yourself first before you go to war. Wale watu ambao wanapenda football sana, unajua, tukiingia kwa field, we don't start training for scoring. We start training for defense. Tunaanza kwanza msifugwe. Yaani kazi kubwa inakuaga kuzuia kufugwa mabao. Hata mkimanage kuzuia kufugwa na msifuge mtu. Hiyo inaitwaje? Hiyo ni ndio. Ndio leo tunaliambia hapa. Hamujafugwa, lakini na hata nyinyi hamujafuga. Hata wao mnaweza fuga mabao 10 na nini kwa sababu hamuna defense kufugwa 22. Responsible. So you must first of all learn how to defend yourself. So we have so many weapons. The kind of struggle that we are going to fight is clearly indicated here. Verse 12 inasema hivi: for our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, and against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. Now, 2 Corinthians, tumesomewa chapter 10